Greetings, oddly familiar demon witch. Here are some Barrelope droppings.
Very good. You have done well, DeathSpank. Here is the ward for Farmer Blizzbane. Now leave me alone.
Greetings again, random Farmer Blizzbane. One ward of magic as requested.
This is perfect, DeathSpank. Now, I'll just attach the ward to this sword, like so. Ah, there we go, all done. This is now the ultimate weapon against undead commanders. Take it and go lop off their skulls.
I'll double plus kill those dead commanders. Greetings again, random Farmer Blizzbane. I haven't killed those undead commanders yet.
Remember to use the sword I gave you. It's the only thing that can lop the skulls off the undead commanders.
Goodbye, Farmer Blizzbane. Greetings again, random farmer Blizbane. Here are their undead skulls.
That'll make them think twice about using my fields as a battleground. Your work here is complete, hero. So move along. I don't care where you quest, but you can't quest here.
The lost and found is empty.
This is the statue of Walter the Clairvoyant. Walter always knew exactly what was going to happen to every man, woman, and child. Who they would marry, when they would die, and how they would spend their mundane lives. So, the villagers came to him, inquired about such things, and left with greater peace of mind. That is, until they began to hear things they did not want to hear. Stories of bloodshed, adultery, and the end of friendships. Failing to realize that such things would have happened regardless of Walter's predictions, the villagers gathered an angry mob late one evening and lynched poor Walter to death. Walter, of course, knew this was going to happen and was therefore prepared. So he braced himself for the inevitable with a smile on his lips. The villagers, on the other hand, spent the rest of their lives shrouded in perpetual confusion. This is the statue of Lucy the Charitable. Lucy was a goddess so generous that she'd give anything she owned to anyone who asked. Food, clothes, widgets, you name it. She soon became known throughout her home village as the Mother of the Poor. Later on, however, word traveled about her superhuman generosity, and soon people from other villages began to travel to her home and ask for stuff. Of course, she could never say no. Eventually, the poor had taken so much from Lucy that she no longer had anything left to give. Hungry as they were, they began to eat her alive. Yes, even the bones. The poor then realized that without Lucy's generosity, they would have to either learn to fend for themselves or starve to death. Naturally, they starved to death. This is the statue of Albert the Powerful. Albert's superhuman strength was a much sought-after commodity to humans. Whenever something heavy required lifting, a boulder, a tree, a house, even a mountain, Albert would do so without question. One day, a group of villagers decided to ask Albert for a special favor. They were cold, so they wished for him to move the earth closer to the sun. Naturally, Albert obliged. As it turned out, the earth was heavier than anything Albert had lifted before, and this made him immediately collapse of exhaustion and die. Hence, from this day forward, humans had no choice but to live with their physical weaknesses. This is the statue of Beatrice the Attractive. Beatrice was the most beautiful of all the gods and goddesses, and every man and woman on earth reveled in her magnetic charm. To celebrate Beatrice's beauty, a group of villagers built a statue in her honor. For 9 years, they slaved away at it, using only the finest materials. Finally, it was time for the grand unveiling. As soon as the cover was removed, an unearthly wail sounded from the sky. Beatrice, as it turned out, was not pleased with her statue. The villagers had made her nose just a little bit crooked. Sure, it was only a tiny mistake, but it was enough of a mistake for Beatrice to keel over and die of shock, thus forcing humans to search for beauty elsewhere for the remainder of eternity. This is the statue of Susan the Melodious. Susan had the sweetest, most beautiful singing voice in existence. It was so beautiful that it made flowers bloom and birds twitter happily. And all the villagers loved it. That is, until a traveling rock and roll band came to the village and instilled in its inhabitants a desire for louder, harsher music. So, they built guitars and drums and made noise with them all the livelong day. Susan, in the meantime, found herself forced to sing louder and louder to compensate for the noise, until one day, she lost her voice. When this happened, the flowers stopped blooming and the birds stopped twittering, and without her previous sense of purpose, Susan withered away and died. The villagers unfortunately didn't notice because they were too busy banging heads in the mosh pit.
Greetings, monk. I should get going.
Peace be with you.
Greetings, monk. What exactly are you guarding, monk?
This is the Mother Mary Josephine Teresa, Henrietta Maria Catalina Alexandra, Melina Georgina Patricia Lolita, Armada Ramada Piranha Gonorrhea, Margarita Senorita Ballerina, Bacteria Cafeteria, etc., etc., Sanctuary for the Wounded.
Sanctuary? Finally, the wounded have a protected habitat to call their own.
We tend to the gravely injured. We do not breed them.
Who is this Mary Josephine whatever person you mentioned?
She has the kindest eyes and warmest heart. Even her kidneys are radiant. She has dedicated her life to helping those in need and providing a positive societal influence.
Why don't you step aside and let me in?
Only those gravely injured and near death may enter.
Let me through. I have business with your leader.
Visitors are not permitted inside the sanctuary.
But I am DeathSpank, hero to the downtrodden.
Only those gravely injured and near death may enter.
I should get going.
Peace be with you. Halt! The sanctuary is off limits to anyone who isn't near death. By the gracious gravy of heaven, you're wounded! Quick, you must come inside so that we may tend to you.
I don't ever want to have to tell you two again. You are not to walk on the grass with bare feet.
With all due respect, Reverend Mother,
For the love of all that is holy, what part of it disrupts the pH balance don't you understand?
But, we apologize, oh compassionate one. It won't happen again.
See that it doesn't, because next time there will be eternal pain and torment involved. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have yoga exercises to attend to.
I took the road less traveled, and so did all of my friends. I am one with the universe. Welcome to our sacred place of healing. Welcome to our sacred place of healing. Imagine there's no gravity. It's easy if you fall. Imagine there's no gravity. It's easy if you fall. The gods and goddesses are in all of us, and all of us are gods and goddesses. Welcome to our sacred place of healing. I don't know, Brother Darren. I'm still not entirely comfortable with the idea.
Oh, don't be such a coward, Brother Dennis. The greater shame would be to waste such a lovely day sweltering in these robes.
Greetings, holy men. I'll leave you two to your holy business.
Gods and goddesses bless you.
Greetings, monk. I need to see that Mother Maria etc. lady. What do I need to do to get an appointment with her?
Well, just give me a minute and I'll check for you.
Still feeling uncomfortable, gentlemen?
You would too if you had to wear these robes all day.
Trouble in paradise, I see.
I was merely suggesting to Brother Dennis here that we go for a short, unrobed swim in the lake, considering that it is indeed a very hot day and all.
And I was suggesting to Brother Darren that such a notion would be entirely inappropriate. We, men of the cloth, are obligated to conduct ourselves with modesty and dignity.
But it's not like anyone's going to see us.
The gods and goddesses can always see us, and believe me, we've nothing worth seeing.
Why don't you just go swimming in your robes?
Absolutely not. Everyone will know what we've been up to if we stroll in here all soaking wet.
They do take forever to dry, you see.
A skinny dip in the lake does sound like fun.
See, Brother Dennis? It's not just me.
What is this world coming to? Have you no shame at all?
There's no need to be so uptight about nudity. Well, you know, the gods and goddesses made you that way. So what's the big deal?
Exactly my point. We're recommuning with nature.
That is a valid point, but I still do feel a strong sense of discomfort with the idea.
Is swimming really less comfortable than just standing here?
What do you mean?
Think of it this way. Would you rather feel the cool, pleasant embrace of water all around you? Or would you rather stand out here in the scorching sun in those heavy robes?
Well,
You are starting to smell somewhat offensive.
fine. I'll go.
Last one in is a logical thinker.
Greetings again, rich cabin. So you want me to take your magazine to some guy?
Not just some guy, but my arch-rival, Derek Oil. He lives far to the north, in the drylands.
Where does Derek Oil live again?
He lives far to the north, in the drylands.
Goodbye, rich cabin. The lost and found is empty. Greetings, oddly familiar demon witch.
You have the ward you needed. Now leave me be.
Greetings, Ms. Talking Well. I have a wishing coin for your eating pleasure.
Yummy. Have you any more wishing coins? No sense in hoarding them.
Greetings, Ms. Talking Well. I have a wishing coin for your eating pleasure.
Yummy. Have you any more wishing coins? No sense in hoarding them.
Greetings, Ms. Talking Well. I have a wishing coin for your eating pleasure.
Yummy. Come back anytime you have a wishing coin.
Greetings, Ms. Talking Well. Sorry, but I seem to be all out of wishing coins at the moment.
Come on. I'm hungry.
Greetings again, male nurse. Behold, all the healing you could ever need.
I don't think you understand the scale of the problem, but thanks, hero.
Greetings again, male nurse. Goodbye.
I thought I removed all the smut from the shelves.
Greetings again, uptight librarian.
Shush!
I think I'll go read some books now.
If only I could believe that.
It's locked. Greetings, monk. So, what did Mother Mary Teresa blah 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 say?
I'm sorry, but she is booked solid for the next 5 years.
Great. I really need to see Mother What's-Her-Face. It's urgent.
Fine, I'll check again. Greetings, brother. Welcome.
She's encased in some kind of protective shield.
You must be here to relieve me. Here is the sacred object. You must be here to relieve me. Here is the sacred object. You must be here to relieve me. Here is the sacred object. You must be here to relieve me. Here is the sacred object.
Greetings, corrupted nun.
Who dares disturb my inner chamber?
Lady, your inner chamber ain't been disturbed in a long time. Probably why you became a nun. What are you doing in this inner chamber?
It is here that I control the gods, child. Once I learned their inner secrets, they were easy to manipulate. They help me purge the wounded of sin and evil.
What are you doing to the wounded troops?
I'm healing them.
Oh, you mean except for the ones you kill, right?
Of course, only the worthy will find salvation. And then I send the saved back out to the battle. Without their guns, of course.
Why would you want guns?
For my army of the righteous! I've stationed training camps throughout the world where my monk soldiers are preparing.
Preparing for what?
Once we are ready, we will capture the Thongs by force!
Your lack of a panty line suggests you are wearing a thong.
I bear the thong of compassion, and with it, I gained the power to heal.
Isn't a thong inappropriate attire for a nun?
It was my reward for a pious and devoted life. I have been chosen to end all suffering and pain, but it is not enough. This war is a cancer my powers cannot heal. But once I unite the Thongs, all the Thongs, I will have the power to stop this war.
Oh? And how do you expect to do that?
Simple. I will kill everyone. No people, no war. Only peace.
You know the locations of all the Thongs?
Oh, sure. All but one are accounted for.
One of the Thongs is missing?
No matter. Sooner or later, I'll have all the Thongs. Starting with yours.
I am DeathSpank, and I'll be your divine retribution for today.
I am Mother Mary Josephine Teresa. Henrietta Maria Catalina Alexandra. Melina Georgina Patricia Lolita. Armada Ramada Piranha Gonorrhea. Margarita Signorita Ballerina. Bacteria Cafeteria, etc., etc.
I'm just gonna call you Judy. You stand in the way of justice, and I am your judge, Judy.
I don't expect a heathen like you to understand the work I do here. The gods have seen me fit to carry out their holy and compassionate will. And that's exactly what I intend to do, no matter what.
Even by nun standards, Judy, you're crazy!
What's so crazy about wanting to make the world a better place? I'm going to heal the world, DeathSpank. I'm going to make it pure again.
Heal the world? But you are hurting innocent people!
I don't hurt innocent people, so if I'm hurting them, they're not innocent.
Prepare to meet your gods in the afterlife.
You may find that difficult, child. My gods are right here.
I am the great goddess Beatrice, most beautiful of all the gods. So, prove your devotion to me. I ask you now, how perfect is my nose?
Whoa, I thought that was an udder. Or some other milk excreting organ.
Foolish lout! You have sealed your doom.
great goddess Lucy, goddess of charity and generosity. Prove your humble and giving heart.
I give all that I have to the downtrodden. I even give them things that don't belong to me.
I honor your generosity, generous hero.
I am the great goddess Susan. Tell me this. What is the sweetest sound in all the world?
That which makes flowers bloom and birds sing.
But that's me!
You don't say. I had no prior knowledge at all. Just thought that answer up now.
Bless you, DeathSpank!
I am the great god Albert, the superhumanly powerful. Answer the question or suffer my wrath. What is the heaviest thing there is?
Don't tell me. I got this. The last thing you ever lifted.
Wrong! Oh wait, no, you were right. The earth was wicked heavy.
I am the great god, Walter the Clairvoyant. I understand how others live. Prove your worthiness, or I will make you see.
I am the vanquisher of evil. I go places, meet new and exciting people and things. Mostly things.
Some of those things were people.
Whoa! You're blowing my mind! When my inventory is full, just grind everything.
Thanks, DeathSpank. I need you to deliver another package for me.
You know, You really should invest in some kind of a courier service.
Take this to the Sheriff of Strumfuckle. It's urgent. You're doing great. Keep up the good work.
As another dead thong wearer lay before our hero, the eloquent red-haired woman shows up to remove the corrupt thong.
In the beginning, there was nothing. Today, there is a microwave oven in every household.
Greetings again, Sandy. Goodbye, Sandy. Greetings, General Snuggle-Wuggle Pants. I have some of that stuff you need for the big invasion.
Gun parts! Excellent! Once again, the armed forces will be armed. Good work, soldier. I await your return with the rest.
What did you say happened to those dog tags again?
Ambushed by the Greams in the jungle.
I'm needed elsewhere, General.